everyone, and my name is Eula, and today we're gonna read Wayside School That's a Little Stranger. It's a new book and a new story to read for today. And we're gonna start reading chapter 1, Explanation, and then reading the next chapter for today, of course. Now, ready for read this one book with a lot of stories? Now here we go. And first we can read Wayside School Gets a Little Stranger story. For 243 days, a lonely sign hung on the front of the old school building. Wayside School closed for repair. On some days, child would come, look at the sun and sadly walk away, or else a child should come, look at the sign and stand on her head and sadly walk away. Louis watched them come and go, but he never say hi to them. He hid when they came. It was his job to repair the school. Louis used to be the yard teacher at Wayside School. He passed out the balls and played with the kids at recess and lunch. When the school was closed, the children sent to other schools. Horrible schools. No two kids sent to the same school. Louis was afraid he'd cry if he talked to them. But he worked hard for 242 days. He pushed and pulled, shoved and mopped. He never left the building. That night he slept on the couch in the teacher's lounge on the 12th floor. Some days it seemed like hopeless. The worst part was the smell. He often had to run and stick his head out to the window and get a breath of fresh air. But whenever he felt like quitting, he thought about the poor kids sticking in those horrible schools. He just worked harder. At last, 243 days later, the school was ready to open. Well, almost ready, but there was a little problem. Suddenly, from somewhere inside the building, or maybe just inside his head, Louis heard a loud moo. He pulled his hands over his ears and said, "I don't hear it, I don't hear it, I don't hear it," until the mooing stopped. He had to scrub and polish every inch of Wayside School, but there were no cows anywhere. He was just sure of it. Still, every once in a while, he had heard something going moo, or less he thought he did. He took a sign off the door. But before you enter, you should know something about Wayside School. Wayside School is in the 30-story building with one room on each floor. Except there's no 19th story. Mrs. Jules teaches class on the 13th story. Miss Darps teaches the class on the 19th story. There's no Miss Darps, understand? Good, explain it to me. Louis, someone shouted. He turned to see a red and blue overcoat running around him. "Hi, Sherry," he said. He couldn't see her face, but he knew she had to be somewhere inside the coat. Sherry jumped into his arms. "I bet you're glad to be back," said Louis. "You bet," said Sherry. "Now I can finally get some sleep." All around the playground, old friends were getting back together. "Hi, old Paul," said Joan. "Hey, good buddy," said Joe. "Bee," yelled Calvin from one side of the playground. "Calvin!" shouted Bee from the other. They ran and smashed into each other. "Hey, Eric, good to see you," said Eric. "Hey, good to see you too," said Eric. "Oh, there's Eric. Hi, Eric. Hi, Eric. Hi, Eric. Hi, Eric. Even Kathy say hello to everybody. Hi, big ears, said Myron. She said it to Myron. I snapped him on his back. What's happy and smelly? She said to Damien. You didn't take a bath for 243 days, did you? Hi, Allison. Did you get uglier while you were away, or were you always ugly? I just forgot. That's the nice weather, Kathy, said Allison, who was always tired to say something nice. Kathy moved to Terence. I'm sure to see you, Terence. You are? Asked Terence. Yes, said Kathy. I thought you'd be in jail by now. Todd came across the playground. Hi, Todd, said Sherry, right in Louis' ear. Todd kept running. Hey, Todd, said Jason. Good to see you. Hi, Todd, called Myron and DJ, but Todd didn't answer. He just kept running until he reached the school building. Then he kissed to Wayside School. Out of a school, Todd had been sent the very worst one. It was awful. The first thing he had to do every morning was... Wait a second, I don't have to tell. You already know. Todd is sent to your school. Now is the next chapter. A message from the principal. But Todd have came to our school. Maybe, but in this country, maybe there is more school, including Wayside School. But why did he came to my country, Korea, South Korea? Maybe he had a lot of more schools, including Wayside School in their country. But why has he came to our school? I never seen him before. So I'm gonna find him out. Now, did you have fun? You lost English country. We come back with some of these book, but not this story because it might be a new chapter to read. So let's see a new Wayside School starting story for tomorrow. So please thumbs up my YouTube and bye bye everyone.